For at least 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First I want to talk about sort of this principle I always keep hearing my Republican colleagues talk about every time we have an energy subcommittee hearing, and Mr. Palmer talked about it today, which is, he said, quote, we all believe we should have an all-of-the-above energy strategy. I guess I just want to go down the panel, and starting with you, Mr. Ball. Do you believe we should have an all-of-the-above energy strategy? And each person can just answer yes or no.
Absolutely, you can see the complexity.
Yeah,
Yes.
Ms. Arts?
Yes.
Mr. Lindo?
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Krasa?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so everybody thinks we should have an all-of-the-above energy policy. Mr. Krasa, I want to ask you, my staff and I tried to make an exhaustive list of what an all-of-the-above energy policy sources would contain. And here's what we came up with: crude oil, natural gas, coal, solar, wind, nuclear, hydro, biofuels, geothermal, hydrogen. Does that sound about right?
That sounds about right, ma'am.
And so here's my concern is when we have these hearings, they say they support an all-of-the-above energy policy, but then they completely, all the policies they advocate for completely only talk about those top three: crude oil, natural gas, and oil. And I just want to ask all of you folks here who represent industry and others, are any of your industries or your businesses associated with you moving away from these other sources of energy to just go to these three because of cybersecurity issues?
No.
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 Yeah. Okay. So I want to ask you, Mr. Krasa, in terms of cybersecurity, is it inherently more dangerous to have an all-of-the-above energy approach and use these other things?
Thank you, Congresswoman. No, it isn't, I would say, more secure and resilient to have an all-of-the-above strategy.
It's more secure and resilient to have an all-of-the-above strategy. And so when we're talking about security, batteries and so on, it's not like these things are going to go away. We have to figure out how to make these sources more secure. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, in these lines, yesterday, DOE announced that the National Renewable Energy Lab, which is just across the border from my district, will, quote, effectively be called the National Laboratory of the Rockies, which I'm happy to have my beloved Rocky Mountains recognized, but I don't really know what this means. Does this mean that the administration doesn't want to have the iconic NREL, which was established by President George W. Bush Sr. in 1991, move away from renewable energy research? So thanks to the help of AI, I went online and I looked at their report for 2023, and they're talking about research finds opportunities for breakthrough battery designs, hydrogen blending as a pathway towards U.S. decarbonization, full steam ahead, unearthing the power of geothermal, and it goes on. You get my drift. What I want to know is, in this performative action by the administration yesterday of renaming the lab, are they now planning to move away from research that will actually help us make our grids more secure in the long run? And that's the problem I have with what's going on with the Trump administration and with my colleagues across the aisle. Now, Ms. Arts, I do have to ask you a question because Xcel Energy, of course, is my local energy company, and I really do appreciate your testimony here today. Given the presence of critical national security entities in the state, like NORAD and Space Force, and also, of course, of what's it called now, the National Laboratory of the Rockies, I wonder if you can talk to me briefly about how Xcel supports the security organizations and how ETAC, the Energy Threat Analysis Center, can facilitate those relationships.
Yeah, thank you for the question. Xcel Energy collaborates very regularly with the national security partners we serve in the state to ensure that we're meeting their energy resilience needs. We recently hosted NORAD and Northern Command at ETAC to exchange intelligence information. That complements the efforts we conduct in other venues with them. We look forward to continuing that collaboration on response and recovery efforts as well.
Thank you. And so the collaboration is really what's important here. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.